Yeah, I mean, looking back, I think AmaNEk is in a very peculiar position in general by the fact that he can do everything, but not really to an elite level. It always poses the question. It always asks, okay, it's great. I can definitely see you like a Swiss knife, a Swiss Army knife. You can do many things, but I want you to be a sniper. That's what you need.
Okay, well, we're about to find out how he does here, because we're going to get into the game. It's time for the action, so take it away, guys.
Thank you, Richard. Yes, indeed. We are live in a Dust2 map number 2 of this series. G2 and Entropiq. And I'm hearing a bunch of typing. I'm confused about what that means, but it looks like we're still live. We're all good.
Yeah, I think it is all good as we will see Krad.
Oh,
no,
we're not all good.
We're definitely not all good. I was going to say, if he just ran through mid doors like that, yeah, not a chance.
I heard all the typing, and I was like, this sounds like we're going to replay this pistol round, and then Homeboy kept going. Well, it gives us a little bit of time to breathe, you know, Matt?
I like breathing. Kind of keeps me alive.
Yeah, it's an important thing to make sure you do.
Yeah, don't forget to breathe. Sometimes it's very easy to do that. Especially when you have to look at me. I know I take your breath away.
Yeah, each and every time. Well, hopefully this is the real one. Strap in, boys and girls. Freeze time coming to an end. G2 taking a very close contest on Mirage, 16-14. Now heading into the second map, looking to close this out comfortably in 2-0 fashion and move on to the next stage, move on to the next round.
So, who would have thought these two teams would be battling for the 3-0 spot?
Yeah, right?
It's kind of incredible that one of them is going to get it. Nice little boost. I love that window boost at B. Give Hunter the aim and the angle, but it's over toward A that all the activity and action is happening. Smokes to go down to cover the cross, and an additional smoke deployed on the box to give JaCkz a bit more of an angle and a bit more time to live, to find kills. And that works out perfectly as he turns around as well to find one at Goose. Lackey's gone. It's his feathers plucked and another boost. Reverse elevator. Good headshot position, but you've got to hit the headshot. That's the harder part, apparently, as Hunter falls.
Oh, no.
And Forrester's in behind them, but Nico's been caught out because distracted to look at him. They're able to push this back. Suddenly the round turns. It's all on AmaNEk. This looked so promising when it started out with Lackey getting kills. Or rather, excuse me,
JaCkz.
with JaCkz getting kills. But he's the only one that does.
Yeah, it all fell apart from there. And that happened so quick. G2 trying to get cheeky with a little bit of a boost, find one more kill before the retake begins. Nico got so lucky Forrester didn't just wreck him from the get-go. Still couldn't recover from it. So G2, in that 16-14, that very close victory on Mirage, they won both pistols. Dropping the first one here on Dust2. That's got to be, had to have been a talking point as well for Entropiq between maps. Let's make sure we get a pistol on this map, boys.
Well, they've done it already. And this, of course, is their map choice. So hopefully, from their perspective, they can make short work of it.
No scout for G2 in the second round, just all pistols, and you're going to have 2 players on catwalk, 3 players coming up towards middle. They do have a flashbang if they want to try and execute some kind of a crunch. That's awkward. For the Deagle, is that kind of a headshot angle? Oh, it still works out. AmaNEk almost able to get a double.
If he hadn't... okay, this is smart. Next at least recovers, because unfortunately Nico had to reload. He couldn't get around the corner to get that kill, because he knew he tagged him. He knew it was the sniper as well, excuse me, the scout. But they do manage to get the kill in the end. They've upgraded to an AK, and they get the goal they wanted, to shut down middle with a 2-2 split and catch them out. Krad goes hunting to find Hunter outside of the double doors at B, and Smoke, he has the bomb, remember that, so he's still in a decent position here.
The only way he can win this is if he keeps taking those fights. He needs to be able to thin this out before a retake begins. Oh my sweet Jesus.
Yep, gone. That is lovely from G2. So yeah, they won the pistol, Jason, but nope, nothing else.
Caught with a G2 bug there. Winning the pistol, losing the second. Great shooting from JaCkz. I mean, look, all things considered, when you look at the frags that he's had to start out this game, the 2 kills in the pistol round, and now that I think 2 kills with the second round as well. Some stunning headshots out of JaCkz with them pistols. So that reversed pretty quick. JaCkz, the aforementioned. Nico pushing up mid. He's going to find Elian, but he's been tagged. He's got his cousin with him here to help him out, make sure none of these pistols can clean him up. And yeah, Hunter's going to get aggressive. He turned from the flashbang, which caused him to go down. And actually, Nico, I don't know how he would possibly ever survive in this situation. Forrester is going to ignore the Molotov, and Nico is surrounded, utility being spent. Okay, now he's relatively safe. Now he's trusting Nexa to be able to protect him. All he's got to do is watch the Dark Hall, and JaCkz is going to back him up. Rest of G2's arrived.
Yeah, absolutely. They push up and make sure there's nowhere for Forrester to go. G2 2 rounds. That was some psychedelic camera switching.
Brings me back to my youth.
I don't want to know, Jason. Please don't keep it to yourself. We look in on each camp. Bit of chatter in the freeze time. See what they can come up with in this round. As it is just going to be a full Glock round. A single flash for NickelBack. Rather optimistic. Oh, here we go. Hunter's now he's really hunting. This is like Crocodile Dundee style hunting. He's got that there pump shotty, bah.
Excuse me?
Just go.
Ooh, hello.
All right, Nico. Just
Le one tap.
Why can't they go B? Why can't we get a cool shotgun round? Okay, that's all I wanted. All right, Hunter,
You're gonna get
here
it.
we go. Forrester is gone. Woo! No armor. Shotgun straight to the body. He gone. There's a big hole in his chest now.
Yeah, massive one. JaCkz. Ooh, I think he's even, predicting the JaCkz finds the second player. Nexa finds the last. 5 kills for G2, and you got to admire the psychological warfare these past 2 rounds of G2 just running up mid, being aggressive all across the map at every different location, telling Entropiq, we're going to be in your face this whole time. This is nice. Whip.
Oh, I love it. Love it. I think we're still in. I think actually hunting season probably just ended where I live, I was going to say. But here we go. 3-1. And I'm sure there will be a purchase at some point. No, they're going to... Come on. Has the HUD not updated, or is they actually not going... They're going to have to buy on this.
They're taking their time.
Well, Forrester's gone all in. So is Ilian, but Krad and Lackey elect to go for the utility purchases and take the Mac 10s instead, so that's interesting.
Well, you have the cash. If you go down to a Mac 10 and you have the cash for a rifle, this is a specific set piece, and they have B spawns, Matt. So I would expect a B rush out of this scenario.
A brush.
Straight out of matchmaking. Oh,
Crazy
Nexa.
scene called Entropiq.
Good luck.
Doesn't rhyme, but it's a hot topic. Nexa in the sight is dead. AmaNEk tried to shoot him in the head. Didn't quite do that with the AWP, but doesn't need to. He's got Lackey instead. They have the B site to their name. Bomb is crossed and being planted. It's going in behind the box. Krad, did he block that? No, it bounced up over him. So there's flames at his feet, but he is safe up above. But not from the guns, as AmaNEk will get the shot instead. They'll continue to put flames down on the site itself, but a 3-on-3 as retake's getting more and more dire. They know Ilian's behind the boxes, but they can't get him out, and he's going to try and continue to bait shots, which means he has to get closer to the door, and that's where NickelBack does the work.
Damn, that was chaotic. Nexa couldn't even spot the first 2 opponents with those Mac 10s coming out through the smoke caused by a grenade. That's brutal. Yeah, good spawns, and Entropiq just keep things simple. Stupid. Actually kind of surprised G2 kept up that pressure as if they were going to go for that retake once the bomb site was actually lost, but here we are. Up in the hands of AmaNEk, all the money spent on the G2 side of things. Some deep nades to let Entropiq and Ilian feel the pressure like another mid-push might be there, as if there was a window of opportunity where they could be aggressed upon.
NickelBack and Krad to the underpass position. Haven't seen a lot of pushing through the mid doors yet today, but we did certainly see it the other day when Kerrigan was on the map. He's obviously trying to take advantage of a new change. They spotted it. Nico saw Krad and vice versa, so they know now that there is at least one player on Catwalk, and they go for the boost late, but don't see anyone, so they'll back off of it. Forrest, meanwhile, will go up Xbox, and a smoke down, a Molotov, rather, excuse me, on the box means they can't stay there, but timing it well. Nico's behind the flames, and they don't see... Oh, I thought Nico would have had the advantage there just based on the graphical aspect of that secondary Molotov. Forrester continues to just slide forward with people so close to spotting him, but not really in that position, as NickelBack will flash him over and try and peek it. AmaNEk's baited into a shot from the A ramp as Catwalk is certainly where Entropiq have established the most amount of map control. Nico saw that, surely saw Krad cross back over, so still, as he started on Catwalk early, has rotated back through CT, is still in sort of a timing situation. Gets one on Cat, now the repeat has to come out. Krad was at top mid for that exact reason. Watch for AmaNEk inside of the smoke to take down Forrest. He's able to fade, and they don't have another Molotov. They don't have any utility, in fact, to try and get him off the ramp, but his shots are what matter more, and luckily JaCkz is able to support Krad. They knew he was at the top of mid. He comes in late, and JaCkz, a hat trick, gets all three to close out the rounds, and G2 get away with another victory.
Yeah, JaCkz has started this half out pretty well. That's a nice job managing the defense there. Good shot from AmaNEk on Catwalk. A nice push from Nico as well to get information. Actually, pretty critical kill. He just gets this last guy. Alien, big-time fragger, and without the support of the AWP, AmaNEk and JaCkz can kind of peek up this railing with impunity. There's nothing to stop them whatsoever. And Krad even missing some shots right at the end. G2, 2-round lead. JaCkz is 11-2, Matt, 6 rounds in.
Starting off like Nico did in the last map.
Yeah, living the dream.
Well, that dream nearly was a nightmare, so hopefully they can keep it together and keep it rolling on the G2 side. Vladislav Krechnikov. That sounds like some sort of political figure, doesn't it? Krad?
Yeah, maybe.
That's about the most Russian name I've heard.
Ooh, aggression. This is what this new Dust2 has provided us. A lot of CT aggression that gets fun. JaCkz gets eliminated. That's out towards long. Alien picks off at the corner. Ooh, they need this trade. They need the trade big, and Nico's got it. 2 for 1 trade in lower B, including the player lost at long. Makes this an even body count for both sides. 2 smokes as well for Entropiq if they would like to go for the cross. Because G2 is holding passively from CT spawn, so smoke all would mean AmaNEk cannot be involved in the action outside of some lucky blind shots.
Well, that's what he's going to go for naturally. You'd expect smoke goes down, covers it completely. They jump over. He hasn't shot yet. Now he will. As we spot from Nico's position, box on Catwalk. Bit of smoke in those flames, naturally. Darkens up and dims his vision, but he backs off of it either way. Bomb gets planted as a result, and Nico's not done yet. Wants to go back in, but the nade will take him down. Nico was indecisive, and that was enough, but Lackey suddenly finds himself in a one-on-one jump shot. You know he's going to try and go for it. That gives him the information, but Lackey will back around as AmaNEk goes hunting. Tries to bait out. He's still on the op, but trades over to the M4. It masks potentially the switching of the gun, but Lackey doesn't matter, doesn't care. Finds the kill anyway, and Entropiq find round number 3. Yeah,
that's tough for Nico. I couldn't tell if he actually wanted to throw the nade and the Molotov, but either way, doesn't get either of them out. Even took a lot of damage into the flames. That's the thing. He stuck around in that Molotov to try and get a shot on the cross for some time. Burned him down to less than half and made him susceptible to the nade kill. Unfortunate. G2 almost snatched that round from the jaws of defeat. And this time stacked towards the B bomb site, including aggression in lower dark. But at least they've cleared out that side of the map. They just don't really have anything to fight with.
No, they don't at all.
Good chance this gets all tied up.
Early days in this game. Nice to see it back and forth, keeping us on our toes. Again, I don't have any, but metaphorically speaking.
Metaphorically, yeah.
Just as I hear James Bardoff and his lovely bassist voice coming through the wall and entertaining us even. It is Vitality EG map 2. Vitality up 9-5 now. So a chance to put that into the third map of that series as well. Alien gets Nexa down as they continue to crawl close. So that's a long shot at the platform, and they didn't know that there was close players. So the fact that they were able to get that and they were able to swing over silently was a huge problem, but Hunter was holding from inside of the box at Gandalf. But unfortunately, as we know, Lord of the Rings is not a great movie according to Stunna, and neither was that round for G2.
Oh, you're going to send so much hatred in his direction. Oh, it's not ideal.
Oh, he just turned 32 as well, poor guy.
Yeah, it was his birthday.
Happy birthday, Stunna. Sorry for the hatred, but you deserve it.
All tied up. 4s apiece. Drop down to try and get a quick pick. And, ooh, almost had the opportunity. Or did have the opportunity. Almost had the connection. Splitting. An upper dark push. Nico is down low, but he's cut off by the Molotov. And I think, yeah, he's just going to check out some utility. He doesn't want anything to do with this fight any longer. So he's going to back out and survive. Play with the smoke first. And, ooh, this is dangerous. There's a time limit on this. And now that it's clear, Alien's position becomes much more dangerous. Two players defending long for G2 and 2 players inside of the B bomb site. Mid and catwalk are going to be largely devoid of attention from the CT side.
Holding on to the mid positions, trying to figure out exactly where the remaining CTs are. A thinned out defense, and it's a 2-2 split. No one's going to be in middle, so they'll be able to go split B if they want very easily. AmaNEk's going to call the smokes towards CT, meaning that he'll be somewhat prepared. Or they should be somewhat prepared for this eventuality, and Nico certainly is. Times it to perfection. He and his cousin, the Kovac duo, shut down B entirely. Krad falls, and Ilian, with 23 seconds, is already spotted from T-spawn. Should be pretty straightforward at this point, I think, to close out the round. 17 seconds. Done dizzle. Gonna get the gun? That's the question. AWP for Ilian.
Let the timer run out first. Hunt that bad boy down. Bit of a risk. Ilian looking. He's found Nico, and ooh, Hunter was being cautious himself. So good find at the end for Ilian to stay alive.
This now is getting a little more dire in terms of the money, as you say. They could have taken that down and risked the bonus, but he manages to keep the AWP, so they'll buy what they can around it, forcing up with the Galils, a Deagle for Lackey, and that's all he has. JaCkz waiting at long as well. We haven't seen a lot of long battles early on this game so far, which seems to be so standard on Dust2.
Yeah, we saw the one Ilian pick on JaCkz at the corner, but in terms of those big engagements, nothing of that sort quite yet. 2 players pushing in the mid-round towards catwalk. That's Nico and AmaNEk with the AWP going for a late boost to lower dark. JaCkz has found his kill out towards long. Fortunate spam through smoke. Ooh, and that defense, they felt the pressure. Good nade from Nico. They're going to come right through this smoke. Nico goes back for more, and he almost finds 2 kills. 4 HP on Forrester and NickelBack. The op is overkill, but, I mean, whatever.
Yeah, whatever. Gets the job done, right? Ilian is down. AmaNEk holding off the angle, and G2 finding another round to give them a buffer now. 6-4. Solid job done. Nico's content with that. Does seem rather calm inside the studios right now, doesn't it? No coaches going nuts to bring the troops up. No over-the-top animations from each team. In fact, they're just trying to relax, as we see on screen now.
Stressful situation. Very stressful. Yeah, Malik is kind of sitting there like a choir boy, isn't he? Just hands crossed in his lap, no moving. Hunter turns around. He hears the pressure from lower tunnels. Good kills. He's got Nico with him. It's just Lackey left. A nice, easy anti-eco. And Nico wants the frag. Nico's going to hunt things down. He's being very aggressive. 7-4, 3-round lead for G2.
And we'll see if they can continue on it. That one was very quick. Seems like just a second ago we were staring at the same people in the same seats. And now we'll see what the response will be from Entropiq. Interesting to see a Krieg go for the drop down in the middle this time. Forrester, now we're seeing the fast play toward long. Smoke down, he's going to cross over, try and get inside a pit is JaCkz as Forrester continues to hunt, but now he has support. He's called it through there, and AmaNEk is ready with the AWP. He'll find the first kill. Hunter gets on a Krad. NickelBack goes back for 2, though, and he's got Lackey. So what started out as a great hold and good defense from the CTs is quickly falling apart as AmaNEk gets trapped as well at the car. He has to go combative with the AWP. He'll find 2. You find that 3rd, and color me impressed. Already impressive enough as it is, but the round stays alive. It's Nexa versus the Nickel.
What a beast. That's a great sequence for AmaNEk. The Dusk even kind of called that matchup in general into question, the op battle of AmaNEk versus Elian, and at least that time inside of the Flames in a tough situation, AmaNEk delivers. I actually really like everything about that defense from G2, which always kind of sucks when it doesn't pan out nearly as well as cool as it is. Continually going back for refights, flashing around that corner, and now we finally get that long engagement. Everyone's died in this area. NickelBack and Nexa in a 1v1. But neither of them have information.
So NickelBack has the bomb, but he's expecting that there's going to be someone down toward long. And Nexa's positioning himself to try and flank that, or so that he'll walk directly toward him.
They both have the same internal clock. They both started moving at the same exact time. But yeah, except Nexa's is maybe a little bit better. A little bit more honed by experience. That's a huge win.
Getting closer to that 2-0 scoreline in the series, and therefore the 3-0 scoreline in the Swiss system, and would be advancing into the playoffs. First, G2, that would be pretty remarkable. I'm sure Nico would be very, very pleased with that. Well, all right, we've gone quiet, and I just absolutely heard James scream at the top of his lungs. So I can't help but look over. It looks like Vitality's about to take that game. It's 14-5, so that should go.
So that's probably Zyro doing something mental.
Probably. It would have to go to Dust2. That'd be the 3rd map for that series. So stay tuned for that. And again, that one is for elimination, not for advancement, as this one is.
A little bit of talking going on throughout the timeout, and then we'll get back into things.
Yeah, quite a few timeouts on in succession here, it seems.
Yeah, it was a bit extended. Oh well. AK on NickelBack and just pistols on everyone else. Ooh, NickelBack wants to go for this long play, but man, he never really set his feet and got comfortable in that engagement. 5-on-4 for G2. They're going to make their way up catwalk. They're hoping, I guess, that NickelBack would be able to get 1 kill and pull that follow-up support defender back towards long to have a little bit of a better avenue into the A bomb site, but unfortunately it didn't work. So AmaNEk is going to have the line of sight. Here comes a run boost, here comes a shoulder peek, and the run boost, not the best one we've ever seen, but it still works. One player dropping into CT spawn. And finally, some kills. Ooh, a follow-up from Lackey. Nico's got 19 HP from his earlier engagement. This round just got so interesting for whatever reason.
For whatever reason at all. No one knows, Jason, but it is interesting. Bomb's going to tick with Lackey defending it. Oh, directly on top. He's looked away. What?
Well, they have no idea where the second player is either.
That's insane. I thought Lackey was about to be spotted. He was 1 step from going up the ramp, and Nico elects not to because they want to go for the elevator boost instead. That'll pay off, but it could have been a kill for free, and he gone even a step further. Ilian at long with a pistol. If he can tap away on Nexa, it's low enough on Nico, but he gets the shot instead. We're going to go 9-4 for G2.
Yeah, I would wonder if he got a little bit nervous that second player from Entropiq could have been at long and could have shot him in the back, because remember, he only had very low, underneath 20 HP, or if his teammate called him back for that boost up into the site. Regardless, you're right. I think Lackey got away with one. I think if Nico had kept pushing up the ramp, he might have been able to get that kill, but also might have put his teammate in a 1-on-1 or, heaven forbid, a 1-on-2. Great lead. 5-round lead for G2.
Nico getting very aggressive. Ilian down toward the suicide. Thought he was actually going to be running out. He's not, but they'll hold each other without knowing, but holding the angles with the possibility that they could be pushing. It's Forrester that holds with Nico to swing around. He can hear the jumping on the other side, surely, as he goes on the pursuit. And I think this time you get away with it. Surely, Ilian goes into long. Forrester sneaks in. Oh, Krad, though. Krad could spoil this whole thing. He's going to. Nico's going to be so close. He takes one shot. That's going to reveal it, and he tries to turn around fast enough. He can't. Krad gets the kill.
Oh, that's unfortunate. So much of this map so far has been timing. If Nico doesn't take that one tap, he might actually hear the footsteps of Krad coming behind him, and then he can play it slow. Unfortunately, eliminated, and, well, at least he has information, right? He's passed that on to his teammates. Everyone from G2, all the remaining members are here. 4 players to defend. Oh, jumping over. That's great damage from JaCkz. He continues having a spectacular game. And AmaNEk, this can be a tough shot out into the open, especially with the flashbang in his eyes. Lucky to be alive and disappearing into the smoke. A mid boost. They have to find that kill towards Goose. NickelBack gets it, and now the Krieg is put into play. Krad coming in late. Nexa as well pushing forward, and he finds 2. Him and Hunter combined, and Krad must win the round. Entropiq on the back foot, and he finds no options with that drop.
Yeah, drops down, no one's there, rotating over. Balm still waits on the ramp. It gets him slightly away from Hunter, but the timing is that he looks away, and he'll get taken down. Absolutely that, as it now goes around again to G2. So they're looking to collect a bunch in a row at this point in time. Nonetheless, bit awkward for a moment there. Nexa, yeah, you saw exactly what happened. I mean, the dink was heard behind the car, so he and Hunter lit it up. Just to note as well, Vitality, oh, they're just making sure.
You've done too much. Sit back down, sir.
Well, I think it was that Nico's mic, they were making sure it was working. I don't know if that's necessarily illegal input, because that would be it would be a technical pause if it wasn't. So it's worth it to just check it and get that out of the way so we don't have to slow things down. I'm not mad about that. I don't know about you, Jason. But it is Vitality that has forced out map 3 in their series. I believe it was 16-5 in the end. So Nico takes out Forrester. Now we're starting to see those mid pushes through the doors from the CT side. Saw it in the last round. He got all the way up to the top. Didn't pay off. This time he goes, oh, underneath. That is lovely from Nexa. Nico was full blind and dead if he was not there.
This new dynamic of this kind of a push from mid that's so safe is so much fun to watch on this map. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm loving it.
It's so small, but yet it's refreshed it so much, right?
It's enabled so much CT aggression that we didn't previously have. I think that's a lot of fun to watch. So, 2 players inside of the A bomb site. JaCkz is, he's going to have the op to contend with. He's got to hide. A lot of damage dealt. Nexa and Nico are just fine on HP, and they're rotating over as well. JaCkz now watching behind. This is weird, though, because this player has the bomb, NickelBack, and JaCkz can hear him, but he's getting pushed from behind. That communication somehow didn't come out, and Nexa, what's his decision? Fall back or get aggressive? Entropiq, both players are waiting for this peak. Both players are waiting. It's immediate headshot, and that's a 5th round, a much-needed 5th round for Entropiq.
A very needed 5th round. So that gives them a bit more to work with as we try and look forward to the second half. And potentially, although this is more of a spread than what we had in our first game, a chance for them to get back into it, Entropiq that is, by winning the pistol.
Yeah, that could close the gap real quick. And also, I mean, on the other side of the coin, obviously G2 could propel them to an early finish to the second map and to this series. And look, they've been playing, G2's been playing this game very, very well. JaCkz delivering, AmaNEk's had some spectacular rounds. The aggression from Hunter, Nico, and Nexa has been something special.
Did you have G2 in your pick'ems, Jason?
I do, yes.
Nice. All right, well.
As a playoff team. I have Nip as my 3-0 and Mouse Sports as my 0-3, so both of those are going to get tested in a big way today.
Very much so, yeah. That's
Nip, Navi, and Malzents.
Well, we'll see how that goes. Nip Navi for sure, but yeah, Ents on Mouse could also be extremely close. Those are great matchups on paper. Krad, first shot through the smoke, takes Hunter down. Big gap in the smoke, by the way, because it was just the one of them. So Ilian tried to do something with that, but couldn't. It's still looking good for Entropiq. Very good for NickelBack as he finds his 3rd inside of the smoke. The ramp completely obliterated, and things are now ramping up in the favor of Entropiq because it's AmaNEk that's the last alive, and NickelBack's got 4. If he got 5, that would be a nickel, Jason.
That's now both pistol rounds going the way of Entropiq. Now, in the previous half, obviously, if you recall,
they got egoed.
Yeah, G2 was able to respond with Deagles and a CZ in the second half. A very nicely coordinated crunch in middle from double doors and from catwalk.
Means also that the pistols are now 2-2 in the series because both of the first map pistols went the way of G2.
Indeed.
But yeah, the eco really did change it because you would have had more momentum and potentially more rounds for Entropiq. But that really kind of took that advantage away and gave it back to G2. And we'll see if they can do the same thing here. NickelBack is gone this time. Nico with the Deagle.
Ooh. Okay.
Yeah, this is looking all right now.
Yeah, now we're cooking with gas. They didn't even bring a whole lot into this. There's no armor. It's just AmaNEk with that scout, Nico with that deagle. Nothing else. No utility, no armor whatsoever. And they're playing it on hard mode. They're going to go right at the bomb site that has 2 defenders. Forrester continues the spray, holds it down, but Nico's got another one. And now Krad's out in the open. And man, G2, these second rounds are looking real nice. Maybe they just, you know, shouldn't win pistols from now on.
That's actually ridiculous that both times they won the force buy in the next. That's pretty sick. So Nico with a bunch of kills in the rounds, specifically the 1 dig at the start, and then follows it up. AmaNEk still looking a little frustrated, but getting some vocalization into this one, shall we call it? So 10-6, and yeah, I just want to point out that Ilian has been pretty successful throughout the course of this event so far for Entropiq. Has not done much so far on this map. 7 kills, and he's the AWP player. I know the money hasn't been amazing. Yeah, this is a problem, Hunter. He's right behind Lackey, but who sees the other first? Surely Hunter has to consider the fact that no one else is looking middle, right?
I think Hunter's eventually just going to move, and he'll be the one to look left to go towards the staircase and find Lackey. Oh, who knows? It's a long time to just be chilling. It's like that scene from Face Off where they're staring.
All right, would you stop it? It's the worst. I'll take your face off if you don't stop.
All right, AmaNEk looking up into the bomb site, sees one at single box. Lackey's going to get away.
That's crazy. It's one of those ones you'll see back later, or someone send it to you like a clip, and you'll be like, really?
Hunter's going to start moving in. Oh, Hunter better quickly clear this bomb site and let his team know. Actually, he's just going to have to big flank at this point. Excuse me. The rest of G2 fell back. Poor JaCkz just got sent to his death.
Abandoned.
In the worst possible way. Now, thankfully, I mean, it would have been tough for him to do enough to win the round, but Lackey did have a position where he could have been in middle. He could have been able to pick people off as they rotated back to B, but he's given that up to go catwalk. They have no idea Hunter's position. Good trigger discipline. He's got 2, cannot convert.
Yeah, a bit awkward. Knew he had to swing because they'd be ready for him, but they were just tucked in behind the boxes. Enough as AmaNEk gets flashed off. He was also holding the rotations. Bombs just getting to the site. It is ahead of the rotation, but not by much, and they're not going to go. Not going to commit. NickelBack's low on HP, but he actually did significant amount to Nico. You're right, 11 seconds. They need to go now. Next has got Krad. Get the cross, boys. Get it over. They jump it out. They bait the shot, and even still, AmaNEk was on the flank behind them. Oh. He makes good on the play, and it's 12-6 for G2.
That made me so nervous. I'm not going to lie. When I saw how much time was left on that clock, I was getting real worried. I actually thought for a second they wouldn't even be able to think about going for the plan and just going for the kill. And G2,
that's an unimpressed look, right? That's like, really?
Yeah. Not the happiest game for Entropiq. They've been really tested in this series so far. At least on Mirage, they answered the bell. Not a bad Dust2 as well so far. Just with losing that second round, this is going to make it a very tough comeback.
Get those hand warmers going. Keep those limbs limber.
Those fingers flexing.
Yeah.
It's looking like a tech pause for the moment.
It may have to do... Okay, it's not Nico. I thought it might have been because, again, they did tap his mic to see that it was working out, but it is a sound issue of some sort. That is confirmed to me in my ear, which means someone from Stockholm has updated our production staff here in Bucharest. Excited to get to Stockholm?
I am excited to get to Stockholm. I love Stockholm.
I know you do.
I'm a huge fan of Stockholm. I love everything about that city. I love walking around. I like the water in the downtown area.
It's drinkable, unlike Michigan, where you're from.
Classic. But true. Yeah, it's a beautiful city, especially in the summer.
Yes, it is going to be a little more chilly. I will be more in my climate when we're there. But, yeah, no, looking forward to it. Mostly, I'm looking forward to obviously having fans back and celebrating Counter-Strike with them because that's going to be a ton of fun. And I think the hype will be through the roof. Hopefully the level of play comes to match it. I think there'll be some jitters for some teams on the stage, but I think from the talent perspective, we're all going to be just pumped about it. So
yeah,
hopefully we can get that hype and translate it to you guys and make it just as contagious and infectious.
Soak it in.
Yeah, absolutely. AmaNEk, 17 kills, tied with that of Hunter, and not far behind them, just one less, is Nico on 16. And all three of them are above that of NickelBack and Krad, who are tied at 14 on the Entropiq side. There you go. There's a look at some of the statistics. The headshot percentage and the ADR, average damage per round, 99 for both Hunter and Nico. Not bad.
Yeah, can't complain about that. Pretty deep effort from G2. Remember, JaCkz had that really, really hot start. He's kind of cooled off, but at least he got him on the right foot. AmaNEk at 17, Hunter at 17, Nico at 16. And as you can see, audio issues have been resolved as the countdown begins. Round 19, it's a 6-round lead for G2, marching their way to potentially closing out this series and moving on to the playoffs. The first team that we would have move on to the playoffs.
That's right, and we'll determine another one a little bit later on today. We'll also determine who else goes home. Right now it's going to be EG or Vitality, undetermined. They're going to be going to their third map right now, which I think is Vertigo, to determine who that will be. Decide who that will be as AmaNEk takes a couple shots, or at least one shot with his scout down toward middle. Tells Nico he's got company. They try and go for that mid push. Nico's got a shooting gallery, finds 3. He'll trade it off with Hunter, who's partially blind, but manages to get it with the MAC-10. Nexa collects the other. No ace for Nico, but that's all right because they've got a 13th round on the board. And Nico, he's been around enough. He's got enough aces. He doesn't care. Just win the game. He wants to play in front of a crowd again. You can't tell me he doesn't miss that.
Oh, no, absolutely he does. But, I mean, the other side of the coin, too, is there's so much attention on the fact that Simple has not yet won a major. Nico's another one of those guys who's just been so good. One of the greatest all-time carries in Counter-Strike history. And he, as well, does not have a major to his name.
That's a good point.
Famously stolen, snatched from him by Cloud9 at E-League Boston.
Yep, that one was a bitter pill for them to swallow, no doubt, and it triggered a lot of changes within that phase lineup. Oddly enough, it triggered some changes that perhaps were coming either way for Cloud9, and we never really got to see if that team would stick around and have the same success again. I think most people expected that it was probably an overachievement. But yeah, that led to quite an awkward time for both MIBR and Cloud9, and AmaNEk kind of getting left behind. Led to the liquid that we got in a lot of ways, though. Yeah,
it did lead to a Grand Slam if you're a North American fan. Hunter taking a bit of damage. Nexus still has the MAC-10. Bomb is going to make its way over to the B bomb site, so it looks like G2 has called a mid to B split. He did not want that to bounce off the wall. Opens up the possibility for someone to run through. Oh, immediate shot to the face of Lackey. Forrester, you better do so much more. And actually, Nexa takes so much damage. He turns away from the double doors. But that just distracts Forrester, whose attention is pulled in that direction. And man, are they ever in the B bomb site? I don't think Entropiq can go for it.
No,
they have no money behind this buy. They bail out.
Yeah, they're bailed. They're gone. They're out of this. They don't have kits to work with either. So that round over, and yeah, that was just awkward inside of the B side. Nowhere to hide at that point in time. They talk about it a lot. I mean, a lot of the pros. I remember Dupree saying this is the hardest bomb site to hold in the game. My objection to that is the B side itself's not hard to hold, as proof of when teams tie into a retake. The problem is trying to defend it with 1, maybe 2 players over there by default and losing middle as well. That mid split is so powerful as Ilian takes down Hunter to at least keep his AWP in the round and get one further gun away from G2, but that's starting to really not matter much either because their money significant. 68.50 for AmaNEk, and he's the low side of the what am I trying to say right now? The venture capitalists.
Okay, that's where you're going with it.
Somewhere like that, But yeah, I think I saw 5 figures of money on, I believe it was Nexa? Nico, there you go. And he just purchased a little bit, so.
He's rich.
I swear he had over 10K, all right, guys?
The rich get richer. That's Nico's motto.
Damn capitalism. Ooh, that's not bad, Ilian. And he's going to follow it up. They've got finally some sustainable picks as Nico will take down Krad. That brings it back by 1. Slow it down now, boys, Entropiq. Let's not give this away. This is the most workable round they've had in several.
That's a nice flashbang, forces Elian off the angle. Perfectly drops into his scope. And G2 just gaining a little bit of territory, trying to get some information, see what the best way is for them to recover this man-down scenario with 3v4. Elian holding the cross. Hunter does have a smoke to toss out the pin smoke if you'd like to. Give him relative safety to get onto the boxes and head up towards Catwalk. There it is, and Elian goes for the flick shot at the angle, misses its mark. Great sequence from Hunter. Neutralizes Elian with the AWP, forces back NickelBack with the Molotov. However, now he's going to have to actually try and handle the situation, and he gets baited. Chasing down the kill on NickelBack. Nice bait. Elian's on for the ace.
Heck of a time to deliver one as well, because they desperately needed it from him. We just finished saying he wasn't having the game that he has. On the other map, Sandy's got the fourth. It's just one to go. And he was out in long. He was in that position. But Nexa is going to try and take the bomb around the map. And
I respect this play from Nexa. Even if you lose, you don't give your opponent the ace.
Exactly. That's what I was going to say. He's literally just denying it himself right now. He gets Forrester. So hang on, NickelBack's going to be there. Yeah, no, Lackey's not going to let him even consider getting an ace when there's that much time and distance between the two of them. Just kill him. Just get him dead. But a great round from the AWP on the CT side.
Well, if Entropiq want to stay alive in this series and come back in this specific map, they're going to need that from Elian. They're going to need more of it. Kind of touched on it earlier. I think we said the exact same thing in the first half, but I think you also touched on it that Elian felt a little bit quiet at a certain stage at the start of this second half. Hasn't been having his best impact.
And more so because you consider that this is their map choice this time, and it's Dust2 where an Opper can really shine. So you'd expect that of all the places, this would be it. So a hint of that in the last round. EG Vitality has kicked off their third matchup. Or their third map of that matchup, I should say, and that is, I stand corrected, it was Vertigo was the last one, so it's Dust2 this time. And I do believe it is a 1-0 scoreline currently for EG, but that has just started, so don't go anywhere, all right? Just stay here, just don't move, okay? If you leave me now, Twitch chat, well, you'd just be like my dad when I was a child, so don't do that, please. I need you.
5-on-4 for G2, man advantage in this all-important round, and look at the money. Much like Mirage, if Entropiq loses this round, they're going to be fighting the final one, trying to prevent G2 from taking the map and series with a bit of a busted buy. And G2 is going to take that man advantage and pivot around the map, around Nico's position. Heavy B hit. Elian's going to get forced off the angle, takes a blind shot. Nico forcing him back into CT spawn. Actually away from this hit. The utility he uses makes it look like they want to probe towards CT spawn. Forrester's now locked out of the bomb site into the open. Oh, what a transfer! That was miraculous and much, much needed. Still alive, and this Nico flank on Catwalk can be everything.
Nico dropping. Oh, this is too easy. He knows one's behind the box. He knows one's under the window, and he saw the gun barrel directly up close, which he expects to be the repeat. Nails that shot as well. Almost antagonizingly frustrating that he couldn't get more from that because he saw them all, but he's so far away that they're going to get the defuse, and he goes down. Even still, Lackey's got the shot. He had a chance maybe to get 3 if he went for the box shot, but he took the safety ones first. And unfortunately, his teammates went down on the site.
Also, I think Entropiq was already calling to have the fast retake before they even realized Nico was dropping behind him. Regardless, yeah, you're exactly right. They push in and his teammates aren't alive, so that flank doesn't have the impact it's desired. But you can see it would have been deadly if Entropiq wasn't already committed to going in. 14-8, they live to fight on, still attempting a comeback 6 rounds away. And ooh, they get past Elian's crosshair.
Yeah,
he's gonna hear it.
He was actually tunneled in a lot more than I thought. Typically, like, yeah, okay, you hold the angle, but you check that. I'm surprised. Yes, he will hear it. But JaCkz already has Krad by being so quick in getting that position.
Yeah, he does. Nade damage, but this is a G2 that's going to keep moving forward. NickelBack, though, multi-kill. He's got 2. That's brilliant. And now Elian chimes in, and all of a sudden, a 5-on-3, and G2 tries to press the issue. Oh, a missed shot. That would have been great. If he could have brought it into a 1-on-1, that would have been everything. But he knows exactly where the bomb is. And there's no nades, Matt. There's no nades on these G2 players.
There isn't any at all, which means the AWP can stand tall undeterred, and he's got 2 flashes. If he can get 1 kill and fall off, and he's got the first already, he's not going to go to the flash. He knows they're close, but he misses the leg. Oh, that was so close to being an incredible clutch, and G2 get away and find the overtime points.
Oh no, Elian. Even those shots, you're right, difficult shots, not the easiest shots. The one on the player jumping back in towards the cave at long, and the follow-up on Catwalk, very, very tough, but both of them just narrowly missed. Elian sees nothing, peering up towards mid. Fast long take, NickelBack has that. Hunter is shut down, and the long take is shut down, because if Hunter can't get a kill and create space for you, what's the point of going out to your slaughter after that? So a 4-on-5 for the first round of Entropiq's potential comeback. They would need 7 in a row to force overtime.
Let's see what they can work with now that they have Hunter down. AmaNEk will try and get the opening pick. It's going to be an offside. Cubby position for Forrester, and it's Lackey that wants to distract to make that relevant, to make that work in their favor. As AmaNEk goes, he spots the first. Lackey down, and they're going to check it. AK, but it's Forrester that gets the kill. Be careful. Be very careful. Next is there, and thankfully gets Forrester, because the AWP would have been the next in line otherwise. And that could have been a double kill for the CZ75, and guns picked up as a result. But Nico is going to try and lurk late catch rotations. We've seen him try this before already once, have we not? But they got inside of the site instead. Bomb gets planted. And they're expecting almost a flank. Look at them staring backwards. This is buying too much time. Entropiq can't afford this right now. This is the map and the series on the line.
Well, they don't really have anything to go for this retake. No kit, only 1 flashbang. This is going to be very, very tough. And yeah, you're exactly right. This is for a playoff spot. And it's going to be going to G2, 16-8. A nice, emphatic victory for the G2 side of things after a very, very close Mirage. They dominate on Entropiq's map pick, but still an admirable fight from Entropiq.
Yes, super admirable, I have to say. They still could very much be the dark horse in this tournament. Of course, the problem is when you are the dark horse and you are the underdog, every chance